GM to YouTube. We have a clue scroll update, the much desired scroll box update that everybody wanted very badly. It has some stinky twists that nobody really likes. So let's go through it. There's a lot of other stuff in this as well. I'm not going over like the sire changes or anything. There's a lot of cool changes, but we're focusing specifically on the clue scrolls. As I said, stackable clue scrolls have been a highly requested feature for years, but they've also been one of the more divisive topics in the community. We know there are strong feelings on both sides, and we want to take a moment to explain how we got here. So I said, how did we get here? Picture this, March 2024, the birds are singing, the goblins are goblining, and we decided to change clue scrolls so they despawn after an hour instead of 3 minutes. Why? Well, a small but dedicated group of players had figured out a crazy method of juggling clue scrolls. Surely this won't spiral out of control. It did. So they don't really explain this, okay? And there is stuff to explain because they allowed you to hold clues for an hour, but the main benefit that not everybody knows is that as you do clue scrolls, you do not keep steps if you end up dropping that clue. Let's say you get 4 steps into a hard clue, you get a nasty wildy step you don't really want to do. You're like, I'm not doing this clue. I drop it. When you start on the next clue that you just got as a drop or something, like you go kill hellhounds, you get another clue, it's not 4 steps deep on that next clue. It's going to be at 0. So what juggling did is if they're on the ground and you have multiple clue scrolls, the progress is stored in that cluster of clue scrolls you have. So let's say you're juggling 5 clues, you got 4 steps into the hard clue. I don't want to do this step. You drop it, you pick up the next clue. You're only going to have to do 1 or 2 more steps. So that's the idea. That's what people were doing with the 3 minute. So they just increased it to an hour. The entire clue hunting community took one look at this and started juggling clues like this was their full-time job. What was meant to be a small quality of life fix suddenly became the new sweaty meta. And before we knew it, our inboxes were full of complaints from players who hated clue juggling, but now felt that they had to do it to stay competitive. Lesson learned, just because something is less annoying doesn't mean it's not still annoying. We knew we had to do something about it. However, simply undoing the change felt like pulling the rug out from under players who had already adapted to it. Thus, instead of relying on inventory tricks and despawn timers, we're proposing a new way for players to legitimately stack a limited number of clue scrolls. Instead of juggling clue scrolls like a circus performer with scroll boxes, you'll be able to stack your clue scrolls in a limited, controlled way. If you completed the quest X marks the spot, you'll start receiving scroll boxes instead of regular clue scrolls. You can hold up to a maximum of 5 scroll boxes. It's kind of low. Or 4 in 1 open clue scroll. So you can't like overstock and have 6. It is 5. Geodes, bottles, and bird's nests, they'll now give scroll boxes instead of loose clue scrolls. It's worth noting that this proposed system is actually weaker than the current juggling method, but it's significantly less annoying. So clue juggling can have unlimited clues. Technically, you could actually drop hundreds of, I've seen some screenshots of some crazy things where people have collected like 50 to 100 clues on the ground and they go juggle it. Every 15 minutes left in the hour, you go pick them up and redrop them. So this system, technically you're capped at 5. So it's technically worse. But beyond that, you're not maintaining steps across these clues anymore. So it's a bigger nerf than they're letting on. I think they're implying that like you can hold less clues, which is technically a nerf. They say technically, but it's a huge nerf because you're not consistently keeping those steps like amongst the pile, right? That's like the big thing with juggling. You won't be able to stack dozens of clues for long grinding sessions, but you'll have a legitimate way to hold on to multiple clues without resorting to tedious inventory tricks. Yeah, so they're only talking about the quantity and not the steps being maintained. I don't know if they just forgot or what, but that's a pretty important thing to bring up, I feel like. Sounds great, right? Well, hold on, because you won't be able to just stack clues for free. Watson says you gotta earn them. Please don't be combat achievements. Please don't be combat achievements. Please, 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 please. We know you're eager to hoard clues like a dragon sitting on a pile of treasure, but stacking clue scrolls is something you'll have to earn. Why? Because clue scrolls are special. We still want newer games to feel that rush of it's treasure hunting time. However, once you've proven yourself as a seasoned clue chaser, you'll unlock the power to stack clues like a true treasure hunting pro. To increase your stacking limit, you'll need to complete the following challenges. Defeat the Mimic. This will increase your clue scroll stat cap across all tiers by 1. Okay, so you get an RNG drop of a Mimic kill, and then you can hold 1 more. Complete a set number of clues per tier. This would unlock additional stacking for that specific holy, this is so confusing. If you kill a Mimic, +1 to holding scrolls across all tiers. When you complete this amount of clues, for that specific clue, you can hold that many extra scrolls in that tier. Oh. Okay, think of it as leveling up your clue hunting skills. The more you engage, the better your stacking ability gets. We've slightly reduced the number for rarer clues like Masters and Elites. Here's a quick example. Base level, you can hold up to 2 clues. So the base you can hold is 2. That's rough. That's very, very rough. That's not a lot. First cap increase your total clue capacity to 3 for that tier. Second cap increase your total clue capacity to 4 for that tier. This is so stingy. This bonus is retroactive, so if you've already bested the Mimic before this update goes live, you'll get the +1 immediately. That's good at least. That would be really annoying if everybody had to go kill a Mimic now. I don't understand the stinginess with with the amount you're allowed to hold. Why is it 2? Because you literally could hold like 100. So we're pretending this is like a slight nerf. This is a massive nerf. You're not gonna have, honestly, more than 3 for like a long time for these tiers. You have to do 75 masters to hold the full 5 master clues? Like, that's a lot of masters. This is a lot of clue scrolls in general before you're seeing any benefit. My question is, what is the point of this progression at all? What is being gained from keeping people from having access to holding 5 clues? Are they trying to dissuade bots? If so, why are we locking it here? Like behind an RNG mimic kill and then like this really complicated table. You're never gonna know without like looking up on the wiki like, ooh, am I close to the next tier for this type of clue? This is so ridiculous. Initially, when they were talking, like Kieran on Reddit, I think at some point was saying maybe they would lock this behind combat achievements, and that's just also stupid. I'm sure it's gonna get brought up, like why didn't they do that? Combat achievements just shouldn't have rewards for things that are not related whatsoever. I mean, you kill things to get clues. It's not the only way to get clues at all. They really have nothing to do with each other. So why are you going to kill bosses to unlock like clue scroll tiers? So at least they didn't do that, but like also this table's like just so obnoxious. I don't know. I don't really get it. I don't really see the purpose. Yeah, I went to double check. On my main, I have 59 masters done, which is okay, you can laugh at me, dude. I'm a max main. I should have more, but like 59 master clues, that takes a minute. You have to go collect all the clue scrolls. You have to full send it. That's a lot of hours to do that many clues. You have to do 75 to get the second cap. Like no one's ever going to get this. I honestly, I'd like to see their explanation for why they're doing this. I would like to see them just knock this down and you just complete X marks the spot. You can hold the amount of scroll boxes. I don't see why this needs a progression of any kind. Like what is the purpose of this? If I'm a hard clue doer pre-update and then post-update, I can hold 2 hard clues total at a time. Man, I just got nerfed. You want to Slayer task, pick up a clue, quick drop it off, come back. Like a Hellhound task might be like 6, 7 hard clues. Like, man, this does not solve anything. I really think they should just get rid of this. I can't think of a good way to add progression for clues that's like interesting and engaging. Like I don't get what this is adding to the game. One key change you want to be upfront about is the reduction of the clue scroll despawn timer back to 3 minutes. This will happen regardless of whether stackable clues pass the poll or not. We recognize this will be a controversial change, but after reviewing player behavior and feedback, we believe the 1-hour despawn timer led to unintended and frustrating play patterns that weren't healthy for the game. Our goal is to ensure clue scrolls remain an engaging and rewarding activity rather than something that encourages excessive juggling. So the whole reason you did the change in the first place is because it's so tedious to juggle clues that are on a 3-minute timer and not a lot of people wanted to do it. So you just turned it back to that? You can still juggle. After this update, you can still juggle. They just made it annoying. Again. What? That has to be a joke, right? Is it April Fool's? Oh, I think we're a week after. There's no mention of them getting rid of the like maintaining step thing. Do they not know that you maintain steps across clues that you're juggling? Maybe they don't. I don't think it's mentioned one time. That's also why stackable clues are being proposed to offer a practical alternative. If this update passes, you'll be able to store up to 5 clues per tier in your inventory. The intent here is to smooth out the experience, not trivialize it. The 5 clue limit helps strike a balance between convenience and challenge. If I'm doing a Slayer task and I just got 2 hard clues, I'm juggling the whole task. You can still juggle. So why not do it? I'll just start juggling. Juggle, juggle, juggle. Hey, I got 4 clues by the end of the task. It's the same. It's literally the same. It's just more annoying. Hello? How did this get missed? The point was to get rid of juggling, and then you nerf it by making it obnoxious to do? Right, that will prevent players from doing it, surely. Players don't do obnoxious things in RuneScape. This is just the first step in improving clue scrolls. We want to refine the system to enhance your gameplay without making it trivial. We'll continue to monitor how the system plays out and make changes if necessary. But to be absolutely clear, we will not be increasing the stack limit beyond 5. This is a firm cap, and we have no plans to expand it further. Why? Why? Why is this a firm cap? Can you elaborate? Maybe one more sentence like, we have big bots. We have lots of bots that are a problem. I'd love to know why, because 5 is such a small cap. What is the reason for it? I actually don't know. Maybe they have a good reason. I wish they would elaborate. Listen, Buster Brown, just to let you know, we're not gonna make it the way it was under any circumstances because we said so. Now go to your room. What is this? What is this like firm apparent like sentence? I'm so confused. Skip tokens. Okay, one of the biggest frustrations with clue scrolls is reaching a late step only to be hit with a task you can't complete or just really don't want to do. Some players resort to juggling clues to avoid these situations, which isn't exactly an engaging gameplay experience. So they did bring it up. Only to be hit with a task you can't complete or just really don't want to do. I don't know why they didn't explain it. Some players resort to juggling clues to avoid these situations, which isn't exactly an engaging gameplay experience. So they know that they've just returned it to the way it was and still allow you to do that. To address this, we're introducing skip tokens, a new item designed to give players more control over their clue solving experience without removing the challenge entirely. Each clue tier will have its own skip token. obtained through clue scroll reward chests. This sounds so similar to RuneScape 3 right now. These tokens will be tradable and stackable, making them a valuable commodity for players looking to streamline their clue runs. Skip tokens allow you to skip a single clue step within a scroll. They cannot be used on the final step of a clue to preserve the integrity of the reward structure. So it doesn't just toss the step and like you maintain your progress. You literally plus one step on your clue without doing the step. Wow, okay. By introducing skip tokens, we're offering an alternative to juggling while also adding a new tradable reward to clues. You're making them tradable? Okay, wait. You're telling me that you can complete clues, you get these scrolls that skip tiers of clue for a step, and you could go sell them to other players. Are you serious? So let's break down the meta. What would this look like? Who's using these tickets? It's not you. It's not you. It's not me. It's not any normal player. It's cloggers. It's people going for max rank clog. These are the people using the tickets, spamming through them constantly. What are cloggers doing if they're spamming through clue scrolls, spending ridiculous amounts of GP on these tickets to spam through clue scrolls? You're dropping the value of clue scroll items. The pure profit from the clues is now basically just getting these tickets and selling them to cloggers. So the whole thing of like, ooh, I don't know what I'm gonna get out of this clue scroll has now been reduced to and simplified to, boy, I sure hope I get some ticket rolls. Oh, a piece of third age. I mean, that's okay. I wish it was ticket rolls. I'm just gonna show, RuneScape 3 has these. It's for specific types of ticket instead. So like you could skip a puzzle box, okay? And this is actually the most expensive ticket in RuneScape 3. It is 1.3 mil. And I know this is in RuneScape dollars, which is Chuck E. Cheese fun bucks, but that would equate to like between 1 and 200K, like old school RuneScape. You're not gonna use this on a clue step if it costs 1 to 200K. And by the way, this actually, I just checked, this actually dropped recently. They were as much as 4 mil. 4 mil to skip a token. That would be like 3 to 500K, something like that. Old school. That's a lot of money. Gee, I don't think I'm going to be using those. Do you? All like 6 mega cloggers that watch my videos are like, yes, I'm hyped. I'm going to fly through clues. Yes. This doesn't solve anything. What? That's crazy. That's actually wild. What are they thinking? What are they thinking with this? It could be that they only allow 1 per clue. I see no mention of that though, at all, of how many you can use per clue. It skips a single clue step is what it says, and that's it. And they can't be used on the final step. It looks like you can just shred through clues. Rip through them, ticket, do the last step, ticket, next step. Wow, interesting. Yeah, this ain't it. This ain't it. And I don't really like it, even if it's untradeable. This is so band-aid to like make it less bad for the people that like stacking clues, to make it like less of a nerf. Guys, we know that this is gonna make the experience worse for you, but you can get these silly little tickets that you could buy. What are they thinking? Hello? Okay, and that's it. First of all, solution. It's stupidly easy to fix this. And this is all you do. You have this weird disjointed system where if you're juggling, you maintain your steps and you can do clue after clue. You can drop them. You can pick up the next clue. But if you do clues in a row from your bank, it won't maintain the progress. Here's what you do. Get rid of these stupid tickets. Get rid of them. And you make it so clues in general remember the progress. That's all you do. So you're 4 steps into that hard clue. You got a willy step, drop it, pick up the next one, pick up right where you were. No juggling whatsoever. So now you don't have to band-aid like, oh, you can kind of juggle, but you kind of can't. It's just way more annoying and you're just kind of dissuaded from doing it. They've just solved it. You don't juggle anymore because juggling is the default. Boom, solved. You don't have to add these like band-aid solutions with horrible economic impacts. You just, like, clues just work that way. Now there's concerns with that too. That is a buff to clue scrolls still, okay? Like maintaining progress is a buff to clue scrolls. If you were juggling clues anyways, it's the exact same as it was. It's at least, at the very least, a much less large buff to clues than these stupid tokens that will let people just rip through clue scrolls rapidly. Also encourages botting to just get these tokens. How many clues are gonna start, or how many bots are gonna start doing beginner like clues to help cloggers get these tickets that they want to like rip through? Now there's like suddenly GP incentive on every clue when there doesn't need to be. How many of these steps are there that are just like annoying for the sake of it? There's so many wildy steps that are just like, you gotta go bank all your gear. Well, there's the one hard clue that's like just outside Ferox, like 15 tick run from Ferox, like go outside Ferox, dig, run back in. So it's like, oh man, do I want to bank my whole inventory to like go run 15 ticks? Maybe I just risk it. I don't know. You go bank all your gear, you go run over there, you do the one step, you come back and you put it all back on. It's just so annoying. Master clue steps, the like sweat lord setups for master clues are designed to allow you to do those wildy steps with your current inventory so you don't have to go bank and you only risk like 5 mil. And obviously I'm talking about like people adding risk to the wilderness, but this is not engaging PKers or PvPers, forcing clue scroll doers to run into the wilderness. This doesn't add anything. There's also just tons of steps that are just like, why? Like there's the one step that requires the farmer's hat. You're like, oh, I get that step. I don't have the farmer's hat. I drop it. Unlucky. I don't want to do that. It doesn't really add much to have you go get these specific untradeable unlocks. Like you just have to do tithe farm to do this one step. What is this adding? What is the purpose of this? They added the agility shortcut as well for like the Dragon's Eye step, so you can get down like in the Legends Quest area, like go down and it's not the most obnoxious step ever. That's cool. Why not do some more of that if we're like talking about this? Like removing, I would be okay if there were no clue scrolls in the wilderness at all and it was just like replace them with something equal. Hard clues should have like you running around near some dangerous creatures, but not be so annoying. I don't know. The de-gearing for clues really is one of the things as well that really takes me out of it. Makes me not want to do them. And it's not because I'm scared of PKers or whatever. I just literally don't want to de-gear. It makes me want to drop the clue. I don't think there's anything else you can do with these tokens. I've seen people suggest reroll tokens. I've seen people suggest they just make this untradeable. You just make it so that the steps continue off the last clue, and that's it. Like, that solves everything. There's no reason to have these weird tickets. There's no reason to make them untradeable, tradable. It just buffs it for no reason. My solution is a passive buff across the board, but it avoids, like, weird bonus currencies you need to hang on to. It avoids all these pitfalls with the economy, like, stuff like that. Like, just make it work the way it was with juggling without having to juggle. Like, boom. Problem solved. I don't see any other solution being as all-encompassing as that is. Yes, it's a buff, but anything else I've seen people suggest is inherently a huge buff. Reroll tokens bring in so many more of the rare clue items into the game. Anything that's like skipping stuff, rerolling stuff, making clues faster, making it so that you can pick out what reward you want better is a buff to clues, and it's going to reduce the value of clue items. Anything that you do. So just cut out the buff items that like skip things, reroll things, anything like that. Just make it so all clues count their progress, even if you drop them. You've also just got to get rid of this table. Like, it's so obnoxious and so difficult to follow. Trying to remember how many clues in each tier that you've earned, you're like, oh man, can I hold more than 3 beginners? Do I need to drop this so I can start juggling? Get rid of this chart. If there needs to be progression, just make it so it's all tier of clues, like everything gets affected the same way. Time to get a mimic is hours and hours and hours on average. If you get unlucky, it could take forever. 1 in 5 masters. If you go like 5 rate, that's a 25 masters tier right there. Easy. So you get 2 for 1. Nice. Yeah, I just don't get it. I just don't see the purpose. I don't like the wording throughout this blog because it's we'll continue to monitor how the system plays out and make changes if necessary. So if like clue scroll items are tanking, they'll do something. But to be absolutely clear, we will not be increasing the stack limit beyond 5. This is a firm cap and we have no plans to expand it further. I would love for you to expand on it further and tell me why. Because I don't really understand why 5 is the cap. Are we concerned about bots? Like, what is the concern with allowing us to hold lots of clues? I don't see why it couldn't be 10, maybe even 15. Like, what is the problem with that? I truly don't understand. If there is something I'm ignorant to, I'm all ears. Like, maybe the botting problem is really bad for like medium clues or something. Could be, I'm not sure. And maybe they're trying to prevent that. Just be open with me and we could like, we can figure out what's going on, man. I can understand where you're coming from better if you give me context and reasoning. I think a lot of people now are going to be concerned, like, if I vote no to this, am I not getting the scroll box change? Because I want stackable clue scrolls. But this implementation is terrible. And this is always the thing with polls. They have done this so many times where the implementation is not up to our standards, but we still want it in the game. So there's no like, there's yes on a poll, there's no on a poll, and there's no like, yes if changed. Maybe you'd like write in a box like what your change would be, like some feedback. That would be nice. Don't vote yes to this just because you want stackable clue scrolls. Don't bend to this. This is not a good implementation. In fact, it's a terrible implementation. You're going to ruin clue scrolls for mains. If you're an Iron Man, whoop-de-doo, you get to still get your clog unlocks, but mains are going to get absolutely no value now from clue scrolls because of the tickets. And the entire value of clue scrolls is going to be from the tickets. So the entire charm of clue scrolls being like, ooh, what am I going to get, is being ruined. It's being watered down. The whole appeal of clue scrolls is being lost from this update, which I think is a massive, massive oversight. Like ruining the entire purpose of clue scrolls with the clue scroll change. It's crazy to me we've had 2 blogs in a row that are like encouraging botting. Like, imagine how fast it is to get the beginner clogs if you are desperate to get your clogs number higher. You go kill some goblins, you get a beginner clue, rip through all the steps until it won't let you anymore, give the one trout to the tramp, and then start your next clue. Like, and then you're stacking them up as well. So you get 5 clues from goblins, rip through them, go do the one step, rip through it, one step, rip through it, one step. Nothing is going to be, even like nothing in the beginner steps is going to have value. Those mole slippers that have a little bit of value, done. Like dead, completely dead. Nothing will have value except for those skip tickets. That's going to be the only thing anybody cares about. And bots are going to eat that up. They're going to start doing beginner clues, easy clues, medium clues, hard clues. Bots are going to love this. And they're not going to be like centralized into medium clues anymore. They're going to spread out and they're going to be doing all different types. It's so easy to get an account ready to start doing beginner clues. It takes almost nothing. It takes almost nothing. It feels so similar to the Castle Wars change. It's crazy. They've got to be thinking about this. It's so cool that we have a couple of super rare items from Master Clues that are over max cash. The 3rd Age Druidic, the 3rd Age Pickaxe. I think even the 3rd Age Bow and the 3rd Age Longsword now are over max cash. Like, you have these giant drops that are better than anything else you could ever get, and it's ultra rare. Like, that makes clues so much more fun. Now these are going to drop. People are going to rip through Master Clues, especially pet hunters. Not just the cloggers now, also the pet hunters. The guys who want Bloodhound. Ooh, the meta now is make a lot of GP and buy these tickets. Rip, 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 rip. Kill the clue as fast as possible. It's going to drop the value of everything. Nothing is going to be over max cash anymore. You're going to drop the value of all of those. The whole purpose of Clue Scroll is just gone. The whole appeal, just out the window. This is insane to me. It's also just like heavy gambling vibes. Just the like, you get a master clue and it's not like, ooh, I'm going to go on a little adventure, get a treasure chest. It's like, nah, I'm going to pay like 1.5 mil to rip through this Clue Scroll, dig in the one spot I have to, and see if I make my money back today. Probably not, because master clues notoriously give nothing, but yeah, maybe you get the 3rd Age Pickaxe on like your 800th rip, you know, and you make your money back. It's possible. Totally possible. Or you know what? Maybe I got a bunch of tickets back. Oh, not so big of a deal now that I spent some and I made a little bit of profit. Okay, feels good. So like gambling clues instead of treasure hunts. Yes, we're truly capturing the spirit of Clue Scrolls here. Really, they just need to ditch this entirely. Get rid of tickets, get rid of tokens, anything that's in any form. I haven't seen a good suggestion for anything that's like a drop from a Clue Scroll that boosts Clue Scrolls further. It just doesn't need to exist. It's just buffing Clue Scrolls for the sake of buffing Clue Scrolls. Why are we doing this? The point of this change is to make clues more doable, more fun, more engaging. So if you want to do that, look into the steps that are annoying, change them up, and then look into the whole juggling system, abolishing it and making it so that's just the way clues work. Like, they just maintain your progress without you having to do something stupid to make it happen. Because reducing the timer on Clue Scrolls, no matter what, is going to allow juggling unless they change that at its core. Yeah, there's a clear path forward and there's a clear right way of doing this. That's not, you know, ruining methods for people, making things obnoxious for other people, ruining the whole spirit of Clue Scrolls as a whole. It's crazy that they're going this direction. It's super out of left field. I would encourage you to not vote yes to an update like this. Don't vote yes just because you want scroll boxes. Vote yes when they change it and they make it the way that you would appreciate it. Make it so that you're voting yes to an improvement to the clue system, not a net neutral on the given day, like maybe this is good for you, maybe not so much. There's no reason to vote yes to this. So don't feel like you're gonna lose out on stackable clues because people vote no to it. They want to do it. People have been asking for this for a long time. They just did it the wrong way, and there's been a lot of feedback that way, so I'm sure they're seeing that as well. So add to it. And don't vote yes, just off the basis that you're not going to get your toy anymore. You will. Hold out. Vote no. Nano days. Let me know what you were thinking about this in the update below. Were you one of those guys that was stacking 100 clues before the update and now you're getting screwed? I'd like to hear it. Leave a like if you liked it and or subscribe. Adios. Bye.